my name is Soleil. I've been part of the Kitchener-Waterloo community for a number of years now, and at HopeSpring I have the pleasure of teaching a yoga class. So yoga means a lot to me, so I think that we all experience our own challenges in life, and what I found with yoga was that it was a beautiful way of grounding and connecting with your mind and body. And so I did my yoga teacher training in Cambodia and had a fantastic time of doing that. And it's always been a big part of my life, and it just is always something that I can go to and rely on to make me feel good. Yes, so we try to center everything around marrying or kind of bringing some union to breathing and movement. So there's lots of knowledge and research out there that doing intentional and controlled breathing has amazing effects on both your body and your mind, and yoga, so movement, also does the same. And so that's really what we try to focus on at the highest level, is just making sure that we're bringing breathing to movement, and that we're just bringing all those positive effects to the body. So typically we run on Wednesdays, and they can sign up through the HopeSpring website. Probably too familiar to many people. I've had many loved ones be affected, both family and friends. And myself, I've also been a caregiver, and the closest contact I had was when my younger brother had cancer. And so it was really something that, made me realize that there are a lot of people who are affected by this, and just having a way to help and support that community is something that's really important to me. Yes, so initially, actually, I volunteered at HopeSpring as part of sort of the front of house office, and so working at the front desk and making sure all the programs ran and everyone had everything that they needed. I also helped with the wig fitting center, and so that was my first sort of learning about it, was being a volunteer in that capacity. So on and off, I think that was about 5 or 6 years ago when I first started volunteering in that capacity, and then since I started doing yoga was since last fall. Yes, so I think finding the positive benefits for myself and also my brother when he was going through cancer and those treatments was really important and really inspiring. You got to see this really approachable format that yoga brings to breathing and moving in ways that are so nourishing for the body. And so it really inspired me to share that knowledge and that experience with other folks that might be in a similar position, just having had it be a positive thing when sometimes it can feel like there isn't that many positives. Absolutely. So really fortunate in the HopeSpring community that we have a lot of folks who are really enthusiastic and do like to share their experiences. So one of the nice things is at the beginning of every class, you sort of get to check in with people, know where they're at, and then you can tailor the class to what most people are feeling like, which is really great. And I'd say in terms of, at the end of the class, how people feel, it's always nice to hear that people say, I feel relaxed, that was exactly what I needed, that type of feedback. And on poses specifically, I have had on a couple of occasions, we focus a lot on how you enter into a pose and how you exit out of it. And we really focus on breathing through that. And I've had a couple of people who say, I've done that pose hundreds of times. And this was the first time I felt like I could feel the benefits that were being talked about. And so that's obviously wildly fulfilling to hear that type of feedback. I like to think about yoga classes as sort of two parts, and they're obviously connected, but first part is typically strengthening, and so you are getting the blood pumping a little bit, but you're really warming up and engaging with all the different parts of the body. And a lot of Hatha Yoga is holding poses for extended periods of time and seeing how that kind of evolves through the time that you hold it, and also getting to experience the benefits and how those might change as you hold that pose. So we start off with some strengthening and getting our blood flowing and feeling the benefits of that. And we're also lengthening through that process. So a lot of Hatha Yoga is focused on lengthening things like the spine, like big parts of your body that impact the entire rest of your body. And then at the end, of course, we always have the beautiful relaxation where you're just feeling the benefit of everything, all the hard work that you've done, reconnecting with your breathing, bringing your heart rate back down, and being in a calmer and more connected state by the end of the class than the way that you entered in. Yeah, absolutely. So I think one of the ones that we do that's very classic to Hatha Yoga is Surya Namaskar, or sun salutation. And this is sort of this very deliberate sequence of poses that is intended to stretch the spine and lengthen the spine. And you almost don't even notice that you are stretching throughout the back. It's very focused on, sort of getting down onto the floor, and each movement is paired with a breath. And so you're breathing in to do one, you're breathing out, and it's methodical. So you repeat that a number of times, and that is really meant to just bring, warmth to your body. It's definitely something that gets your blood pumping, but it sort of systematically works through these major muscle groups in your body to be able to relax and strengthen and also lengthen. So that's typically, we always do some form of that. There's a lot of different modifications which make it that much more accessible for everyone who joins. I also say that, we do try to focus quite a bit on sort of relaxing and stretching areas around the lower back. So that can be something that is a big challenge for many people. And so we really do try to focus on that area and also throughout the shoulders. But yeah, so the structure basically always follows this nice strengthening, getting connected with the body, using breathing to be methodical with it, lengthening out many parts of our body, and then of course the relaxation. So we're going to go through a quick Surya Namaskar or sun salutation. So you'll start at the front of your mat, you'll breathe in, reach the arms up overhead, breathing out, the fingertips next to the feet. Step the right foot back, knee down, palms into the earth, the left foot back, plank pose. Breathing out, bring the knees, the chest, the chin to the mat. Breathing in, scoop the body forward. Breathing out, tuck the toes, the hips come back. Breathing in, right leg between the hands. Step the left leg up. Breathe out, forward fold. And slowly bring the body up. Breathe in, the arms come overhead. And breathing out, the hands to heart center. Okay, so we're going to enter into our tree pose. So first choose a spot in front of you that you can focus on. Then putting the weight into the left foot, we're going to bring the right knee up into the chest. And then we can bring the foot into the inner thigh. Bring the hands to heart center. And hold and breathe. And to come out of the pose, we'll bring the right knee back into the chest and the right foot back to meet the left. So I really look forward to seeing more members join Wednesdays at 6:30. The yoga class, like I said, we always tailor it. We always try and bring something for everyone. There's lots of different modifications. And so please join us. It's a fun time.